Your destiny is not written in the stars. It is written in your thoughts. Every belief, every picture you hold in your mind, every silent sentence you repeat to yourself is laying bricks on the road of your future. Napoleon Hill said it plainly, you become what you think about most of the time. That truth is as unbreakable as gravity. And yet, most people drift through life never realizing that their thoughts are the steering wheel of destiny. Look at your day. You wake up already flooded with noise, messages, headlines, worries. Your mind runs without discipline, bouncing from fear of failure to regret about the past to fantasies that never connect to action. By the time you step into the world, you are not in control. Your thoughts are in control of you. And those thoughts are shaping your choices, your habits, and eventually your destiny. This is why your results never match your potential. You dream of strength, but you think weakness. You want wealth, but you think scarcity. You crave confidence, but you think doubt. Every action you take is downstream from the dominant picture in your mind. And if you do not seize control of that picture, your future is being built by accident. Imagine two builders. One lays bricks carefully, line by line, with a blueprint in hand. The other grabs random stones, throws them in a pile, and hopes a palace will appear. Which builder ends up with a structure that stands? Your thoughts are the bricks, and your destiny is the structure. If you build with intention, you shape a fortress of success. If you build with negligence, you create a ruin. This is why Napoleon Hill warned against drifting. A drifting mind produces a drifting life. Thoughts left uncontrolled become weeds that choke your garden, parasites that drain your energy, storms that collapse your foundation. And here is the harsh truth. It is not the world that decides where you end up. It is not luck. It is not even talent. It is the constant whisper of your own mind, day after day, year after year. But here is the power. You can seize that whisper and turn it into a command. You can decide what to think, you can choose what to focus on, and by repetition, you can burn those thoughts into your subconscious until they become your identity. And when identity changes, destiny changes. This is your wake-up call. If you keep letting your thoughts run wild, you will keep getting random, unstable results. If you choose today to master your thoughts, you choose today to master your future. From this moment forward, every sentence you allow in your mind is either building your destiny or destroying it. The choice is yours. You know this truth already. You have lived it. Every time you let your thoughts wander unchecked, you felt the consequences. Think of the days when your mind was consumed with worry. You kept replaying the same fears, losing money, failing at work, being judged by others. You thought about it so much that it felt real long before it ever happened. Your body tightened, your energy drained, and your decisions shrank. The outcome? You pulled back. You hesitated. You acted small, and your life stayed small. This is the hidden tax of undisciplined thought. Anxiety steals your courage before you even try. Doubt robs you of opportunities before you even step into the arena. Regret holds you prisoner in a past that cannot change. These are not just feelings. They are the silent architects of failure. Left unchecked, your thoughts will sabotage you before the world even has a chance to resist you. Napoleon Hill warned that the drifting mind is the enemy of destiny. A drifting mind is like a ship without a captain. The winds of opinion push you here, the waves of fear toss you there, and the tides of distraction pull you out to sea. You may feel movement, but it is not progress. You are busy but not directed. You are exhausted but not fulfilled. And at the end of years, you look back and realize you never truly steered. The cost of this drift is not abstract. It shows up in missed promotions because you thought yourself unworthy. It shows up in broken relationships because you replayed old hurts instead of envisioning healing. It shows up in wealth that never came because you focused on scarcity instead of abundance. Your outer world is nothing more than the shadow of your inner world, and if your inner world is chaos, your destiny will reflect it. Think of the mornings when you woke already defeated. Before you left the bed, you told yourself, "I am tired. I can't handle this. Nothing will change." And so nothing did. Or remember the times when opportunity knocked, but your mind screamed, "What if I fail?" That single thought was enough to close the door. No outside enemy was required, you destroyed the chance with your own imagination. Here lies the tragedy: your greatest enemy has never been other people, the economy, or even bad luck. Your greatest enemy has been the thoughts you allowed to dominate. Every negative loop you rehearsed became a self-fulfilling prophecy. You thought defeat, and defeat appeared. You thought lack, and lack multiplied. You thought fear, and fear froze you in place. This is the pain you must confront. When you fail to control your thoughts, you fail to control your destiny. Your mind is always planting seeds. Left unattended, it grows weeds. Left directed, it grows fruit. The field cannot remain empty, it will always grow something. The question is whether you will allow weeds of fear and doubt, or whether you will cultivate visions of strength and abundance. Every day you delay mastering this is another day where your destiny drifts further from your hands. You cannot reclaim wasted years. You cannot undo wasted chances. But you can seize this moment, right now, to stop the drift. Because the cost of inaction is not neutral, it compounds. Every thought left unguarded today becomes a chain that binds your tomorrow. Napoleon Hill left no room for doubt. You become what you think about most of the time. These words are not poetry. They are law. Just as gravity pulls without fail, thought shapes reality without exception. If your mind dwells on fear, you become fear in action. If your mind dwells on success, you become success in motion. Your thoughts are not private, they are blueprints. They are signals to your subconscious, and your subconscious executes relentlessly. Hill taught that the starting point of all achievement is definiteness of purpose. But purpose without controlled thought is like a ship with sails but no rudder. You might catch the wind, but you will not arrive. Control of thought is the rudder. It directs energy, desire, and action toward a chosen destiny. Without it, you drift. With it, you carve a straight line toward your vision. Consider this: every invention, every fortune, every revolution began as a single dominant thought in someone's mind. Edison imagined light before the bulb existed. Carnegie imagined steel empires before a single beam was forged. Their results were not luck, they were persistence of thought until reality had no choice but to conform. Hill observed these men, studied them, and concluded, destiny itself is born in the mind. This is why Hill warned so strongly about negative influences. He said the mind, like a fertile garden, will return whatever is planted. If you plant corn, you harvest corn. If you plant weeds, you harvest weeds. The soil does not care. It only obeys. Likewise, your subconscious does not judge your thoughts. It accepts whatever you repeat, nourishes it with emotion, and brings it to life. If you think weakness, you train yourself to collapse. If you think courage, you train yourself to advance. Many people misinterpret this principle. They think it means simply wishing for success. But Hill never spoke of idle wishing. He spoke of dominating thoughts, ideas burned into your mind with such intensity and consistency that they command your actions. To control your thoughts is to set the thermostat of your destiny. The room of your life will always adjust to match the setting. Ask yourself, what do you think about most of the time? Be honest. Is it fear of loss, or vision of gain? Is it doubt in your abilities, or belief in your strength? Your destiny is already answering that question. If you want a different future, you must feed your mind different thoughts. This is not optional. It is law. Hill's principle demands responsibility. You cannot blame others if your dominant thoughts are weak. You cannot cry unfair if your mind is full of limitation. What you allow to repeat in your head is what will repeat in your life. This is the iron truth of destiny. And so the challenge stands before you: control your thoughts, or be controlled by them. Shape them with purpose, or drift into ruin. Fill them with faith, or drown in fear. This is Napoleon Hill's law of life, and it will not bend for anyone. Look around and you will see the pattern everywhere: lives wasted not by lack of opportunity, but by lack of control over thought. The drifting path is the wrong path. It is the life lived at the mercy of external noise, at the mercy of fear, at the mercy of whatever thought happens to dominate in the moment. This is how most people live, and why most people never escape mediocrity. The drifter does not realize he is building his destiny with borrowed bricks. He lets his environment decide what he thinks. He scrolls endlessly, absorbing fear, anger, distraction, until those become his dominant thoughts. He repeats phrases from others: "It's too risky. It's too late. It's impossible." He does not examine them, he simply absorbs them, and in time they become his identity. He lives someone else's script because he never controlled his own. Napoleon Hill warned that drifting is the great enemy of success. A drifting mind is not neutral, it is negative. When you do not command your thoughts, the world will command them for you. When you do not choose faith, fear will be chosen for you. When you do not hold an image of success, failure will be handed to you. The wrong path is not just directionless, it is destructive. Think of the person who starts a project with fire, but soon hears the whispers: "It's too hard. It will never work." Instead of replacing those thoughts with persistence, he entertains them. He plays them over and over until the fire dies. The project is abandoned, not because it was impossible, but because the wrong thoughts killed it before results could appear. This is how dreams die murdered by undisciplined minds. Or consider the worker who desires promotion but spends each day thinking, "I am not good enough. Others are better. I will be overlooked." What happens? His body follows his mind. He speaks with less confidence, he volunteers less often, he hesitates in critical moments. The promotion goes to someone else. Not because he lacked ability, but because his thoughts dictated weakness. This wrong path always ends the same way: regret. The drifter looks back and wonders why nothing worked. He blames the world, but the truth is sharper: he never controlled his thoughts, and so he never controlled his destiny. You must see this clearly: drifting is not harmless. It is the silent killer of potential. It drains years while you are busy thinking random thoughts. It creates a destiny you never wanted, because destiny will always mirror the dominant patterns of thought. The wrong path is easy, but it leads to decay. And if you recognize yourself in these examples, do not despair. Recognition is the first step. The reason you feel the pain of drifting is because you are called to rise above it. You are not doomed to live on the wrong path. But you must admit it: uncontrolled thought has already cost you opportunities, time, and confidence. That admission is power, because once you see the wrong path, you can choose the right one. If the wrong path is drifting, the right path is deliberate control. You are not condemned to random thoughts. You have a mechanism available, a system as real as any machine, that allows you to seize command of your mind and shape your destiny. That mechanism is built on 3 pillars: choice, focus, and repetition. Choice is the starting point. You are not a passive receiver of thoughts. You are the gatekeeper. Every thought that knocks on the door of your mind must be allowed or denied by you. Most people never exercise this power. They let anything enter, from fear-filled headlines to pessimistic voices. But you can choose differently. You can pause and ask, does this thought serve my destiny? If yes, keep it. If no, reject it. The first act of control is conscious selection. Focus is the second pillar. A single thought, held with intensity, is more powerful than 1,000 fleeting ones. The mind cannot serve 2 masters, it will magnify what you consistently focus on. If you hold the image of success, opportunities align with it. If you dwell on fear, obstacles multiply. Focus is a magnifying glass, it directs sunlight into fire. Without it, energy scatters. With it, energy burns through barriers. Repetition is the third pillar, the one most people underestimate. A thought entertained once may vanish, but a thought repeated becomes belief, and belief becomes identity. Hill taught that the subconscious mind accepts any idea impressed upon it through repetition and emotion. This is why affirmations work, why vision boards work, why writing your goals daily works, not because of magic, but because repetition engraves thought into your deepest layers. Once engraved, your body, emotions, and actions move automatically to fulfill it. This is the mechanism of control. You choose the seed, you focus the sunlight, you water it with repetition. Over time, the harvest is inevitable. Your destiny shifts not in a single leap, but through the steady shaping of thought, day after day. Think of it like training a wild horse. At first, your mind will resist. It will wander, buck, run toward fear. But with steady choice, clear focus, and relentless repetition, the horse learns discipline. It becomes an ally, carrying you toward your goal instead of dragging you away. Ask yourself, what would happen if, for the next 30 days, you chose only empowering thoughts, focused daily on your vision, and repeated it until belief was automatic? Your habits would change, your actions would sharpen, and results would begin to appear. Not because of chance, but because the mechanism works unfailingly. This is the secret Hill revealed. Thoughts are not suggestions, they are orders. Your mind is the command center of your destiny. If you feed it weakness, it obeys. If you feed it strength, it obeys. Control the input, and you control the output. Master the mechanism, and you master your future. Principles inspire. Mechanisms explain. But you need steps, clear, concrete, daily actions that train your mind to obey you instead of drift. Napoleon Hill taught that thought control is not an event, it is a practice. To shape destiny, you must install discipline into the way you think every hour of every day. Here is a 5-step action plan you can begin today. Step 1, Morning Thought Command. The first hour of your day sets the tone for the rest. Most people wake and immediately surrender their minds to news, messages, or worries. You must reverse this. Begin each morning by writing or speaking the dominant thought you choose for your life. It could be a goal, a principle, or an affirmation like, I direct my thoughts toward purpose, not fear. Repeat it until it feels real. This is not superstition, it is installation. You are programming your mind with the software you want it to run all day. Step 2, Guard the gate. Throughout the day, thousands of thoughts will knock on your mental door. Doubts, distractions, anxieties, they all want in. The average person lets them pass unchecked, then wonders why they feel scattered and weak. You must act as a gatekeeper. Each time a negative or useless thought appears, pause and ask, does this serve my destiny? If not, dismiss it. Replace it instantly with a stronger thought. This conscious substitution prevents weeds from taking root. Step 3, Focus rituals. Control requires focus, and focus requires ritual. Build small, repeatable habits that direct your mind where you want it. Set aside 5 minutes to visualize your goal with intensity. Use deep breathing to center your attention when distraction strikes. Carry a card with your primary purpose written boldly and read it when doubt rises. These rituals are anchors. They pull your thoughts back on course when the waves of life try to drag them away. Step 4, Thought tracking. You cannot improve what you do not measure. Keep a simple log of the thoughts that dominate your day. Write down the moments you noticed fear, anger, or laziness, and the moments you replaced them with faith, vision, or discipline. At week's end, review the patterns. You will see with shocking clarity how much of your destiny you are handing to negativity. Awareness creates accountability, and accountability creates control. Step 5, Night repetition. The last thoughts before sleep sink deepest into your subconscious. Do not waste this golden hour with random noise. End each night by repeating your chosen affirmations and reviewing the victories of the day. Even if small, acknowledge when you replaced a weak thought with a strong one. This repetition engraves persistence into your subconscious, training it to continue the work while you rest. You go to sleep not as a drifter but as a commander, issuing orders for your tomorrow. The power of the 5 steps. Individually, these steps are simple. Together, they form a system. Morning command sets direction. Guarding the gate defends against invasion. Focus rituals concentrate power. Thought tracking creates awareness. Night repetition seals the training into your subconscious. Follow them for a week, and you will notice clarity. Follow them for a month, and you will notice results. Follow them for a year, and you will not recognize the person you have become. Napoleon Hill observed that those who master their thoughts master their fate. With this 5-step practice, you are no longer a victim of random thinking. You are the architect. You are the commander. And destiny is now obeying your orders. The moment you commit to controlling your thoughts, resistance awakens. You will face distractions louder than before, doubts sharper than ever, and temptations more persuasive. This is not failure, it is proof the training has begun. Just as muscles ache when you start lifting weight, your mind pushes back when you start lifting control. To persist, you need counters, deliberate strategies to defeat the enemies of disciplined thought. Enemy 1, the storm of distraction. Your mind will wander. It will chase notifications, replay conversations, and jump to what is easy instead of what is essential. This storm feels uncontrollable, but it is not. Counter, install a ritual of redirection. Each time you catch yourself drifting, speak a phrase aloud, back to purpose. Then return instantly to your chosen thought or task. Train this like a reflex. Over time, the brain learns that distraction is not rewarded, it is interrupted. Like a dog on a leash, it eventually stops straining when it knows you will not let it roam. Enemy 2, the whisper of doubt. You will hear voices inside, you can't. You're not enough. Others are better. These whispers are old recordings, stored from years of fear and failure. Left unchecked, they grow louder until they drown your vision. Counter, confront them with louder truth. Prepare written affirmations that answer each doubt. When your mind says, you can't, respond immediately with, I can, because persistence creates power. When it says, you're not enough, respond with, I am becoming stronger each day. Do not argue politely, command with force. Doubt is a bully, it retreats only when challenged. Enemy 3, the loop of negativity. Sometimes one negative thought triggers another, and soon you are spiraling. A mistake at work leads to I'm failing, which leads to my career is doomed, which ends at I will never succeed. This loop is deadly because it feels endless. Counter, break the loop with physical action. Stand up, breathe deeply, or even shout if you must. Disrupt the cycle with movement. Then replace the thought with a specific vision of success. If the spiral says, I will never succeed, close your eyes and picture yourself achieving the exact result you want. The brain cannot hold both images with equal strength, your chosen vision will weaken the spiral. Enemy 4, the temptation of ease. Your mind craves comfort. It whispers, skip today. Rest now. Think later. This temptation seems harmless, but repeated, it destroys momentum. The comfort of today becomes the regret of tomorrow. Counter, build accountability outside yourself. Tell a friend your goal. Join a group where results are expected. Or even post your daily affirmation publicly. When others are watching, your mind has less room to surrender. Ease loses its grip when persistence is shared. Enemy 5, the weight of the past. Your mind will drag old failures into the present. It will replay the times you quit, the opportunities you wasted, the words you regret. This weight convinces you that you are defined by yesterday. Counter, reframe the past as training. Every failure is not a chain but a lesson. When the memory comes, say, that was my tuition. It bought me wisdom. Then immediately ask, how does this wisdom serve my destiny now? By converting shame into strategy, you free yourself to move forward. The discipline of counters. Understand this, resistance will never disappear. Distractions, doubts, spirals, temptations, and memories will always knock. But with counters in place, they lose their power. The goal is not to eliminate enemies, it is to defeat them faster each time they appear. When you can redirect distraction in seconds, silence doubt with one command, interrupt negativity before it spirals, resist ease with accountability, and turn past failure into fuel, you are no longer a drifter. You are a master. This is why Napoleon Hill declared, control of thought is control of destiny. Because once you know how to counter resistance, nothing outside you can overthrow what is inside you. Control of thought is not built in a day. It is trained, like a muscle, through repetition and progressive resistance. You cannot drift for years and expect mastery overnight. That is why you need a plan, a 30-day system that takes you step by step from chaos to command. Follow this plan, and by the end of a single month, you will feel the power of discipline shaping your destiny. Week 1, Awareness and Selection. Your first task is not to conquer every thought, but to notice them. Keep a small notebook or use your phone. Each time you recognize a negative, fearful, or useless thought, write it down. At the end of the day, review the list and highlight the ones that repeat most often. These are your mind's default settings. Then, select one empowering thought to replace them. It could be, I am capable of progress, or I focus on what I can control. Repeat it in the morning and before bed. In week 1, the win is awareness plus one chosen command. Week 2, substitution and focus. Now you move from awareness to action. Each time a negative thought appears, practice substitution, say aloud your empowering thought, visualize your chosen goal, and return to your task. Do this every time, no exceptions. Add a daily focus ritual, 5 minutes in the morning, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and picture your destiny is already real. See it, feel it, and hold it until your body believes it. In week 2, the win is replacing drift with focus. Week 3, repetition and tracking. By now you will notice resistance, the same doubts resurfacing. This is progress, it means the old patterns are fighting back. Your job is to out-rep them. Set alarms on your phone 3 times a day to repeat your empowering thought. Write it on sticky notes and place them where your eyes land often. Begin tracking victories, note each time you replaced weakness with strength. Review at night. Celebrate progress, even small. In week 3, the win is consistency, embedding your chosen thought until it feels natural. Week 4, identity and integration. The final week is about becoming the person who controls thoughts automatically. Begin speaking in identity. Instead of, I try to think positive, say, I am a disciplined thinker. Instead of, I hope to focus, say, I am focused. Identity transforms effort into lifestyle. Integrate rituals into your environment, morning command, midday substitution, evening repetition. Reduce exposure to negative inputs, unfollow, mute, or block what does not serve your destiny. Create a circle of accountability, share your practice with a friend or group. By the end of week 4, you are no longer practicing control, you are living it. The habit is part of you. The power of 30 days. 30 days is not the end, it is the foundation. In 1 month, you will see the proof, fewer spirals, quicker recovery from doubt, sharper focus, stronger confidence. And most importantly, you will understand this truth, your destiny is not random. It is trained, step by step, thought by thought. Follow this plan once, and you will taste control. Follow it twice, and you will build momentum. Follow it for a year, and you will live the destiny Napoleon Hill promised, the destiny you shaped with disciplined thought. Your thoughts are not private, they are blueprints, and what you repeat in your mind becomes the destiny you live. If you drift, fear and doubt will write your future, but if you choose, focus, and repeat empowering thoughts, you take back the pen and write your own. Control your thoughts daily, and step by step, destiny bends to your command, because as Napoleon Hill taught, you truly become what you think about most. Now it is time to seal these principles into your identity. Do not just think them, speak them. Let your voice carry power, because words repeated with conviction become the commands your subconscious obeys. Say these lines aloud every day until they feel written into your very being. I command my thoughts, and my thoughts shape my destiny. I do not drift, I direct. I do not surrender to fear, I choose faith. Every day, I focus on the vision I desire until it becomes my reality. My mind is my servant, not my master, and I use it to build strength, wealth, and purpose. Repeat these words in the morning to set your course. Repeat them at night to seal your identity. When doubt tries to whisper, let this oath speak louder. This is not wishful thinking, this is disciplined thought training your destiny. Say it again, I command my thoughts, and my thoughts shape my destiny. Each time you repeat it, you engrave it deeper. Soon it will not just be words you say, it will be the truth you live. When you begin controlling your thoughts, the first changes are invisible. You feel calmer, more focused, more deliberate. But soon, the outside world starts to shift as well. Because thoughts are not only private experiences, they are signals that shape behavior, influence others, and attract opportunities. Napoleon Hill warned that drifting thoughts create drifting lives. The reverse is also true. Disciplined thoughts create disciplined results. 1. Wealth. Controlled thought produces wealth because it directs your energy toward value. Instead of chasing every impulse, you persist on the one idea long enough to refine it, build it, and profit from it. Wealth is rarely the reward of talent alone, it is the reward of consistent focus. When your thoughts stay fixed on creating, serving, and multiplying value, money follows. 2. Opportunity. People sense the clarity of a directed mind. They see it in your eyes, hear it in your words, and feel it in your decisions. When you know what you think and where you are going, doors open. Employers prefer you, partners trust you, and mentors choose you. Opportunities avoid the drifting, but they chase the decisive. 3. Relationships. A mind in control radiates stability. Friends lean on you, colleagues respect you, and partners believe in you. You are no longer unpredictable, shifting with moods or opinions. You become a pillar, consistent, dependable, magnetic. Controlled thought strengthens not only your inner world but the bonds you build with others. 4. Influence. Influence is not given, it is earned by people who think clearly when others panic. In meetings, in crises, in times of doubt, the one who controls thought becomes the one others follow. Influence leads to leadership, and leadership shapes destiny beyond your own life. 5. Destiny. Ultimately, controlled thought gives you what drifting never can: ownership of your future. You no longer live as a reaction to fear, circumstances, or opinions. You live as the architect of your destiny. Every achievement you see in the world began as a dominant thought held long enough to become reality. The same power is in you if you persist. So guard your thoughts, because wealth, opportunity, relationships, and influence flow downstream from them. As Hill declared, you become what you think about most. That truth is not philosophy, it is law. And when you obey the law of controlled thought, the rewards appear both inside and outside, until destiny itself bends to your command. Every law has two sides: reward for obedience and penalty for violation. If the rewards of controlled thought are wealth, clarity, and destiny, then the cost of a drifting mind is poverty, confusion, and wasted life. Napoleon Hill called drifting the most destructive force of all, because it is slow, silent, and invisible until it ruins you. 1. Lost opportunities. A drifting mind misses chances because it never sees them clearly. You hesitate, you doubt, you delay. While you second guess, someone else decides and wins. Opportunities pass by daily, but the drifter's foggy thoughts blind him. Every lost chance compounds into years of regret. 2. Emotional slavery. Without control, your thoughts are hijacked by fear, envy, and comparison. You feel anxious not because life is unbearable, but because your mind is undisciplined. You live as a slave to every headline, every comment, every imagined scenario. Peace is impossible when your thoughts run wild. 3. Broken confidence. Each time you drift, you prove to yourself that you cannot be trusted. You say, I will focus, but then wander. You say, I will decide, but then stall. Slowly, your identity erodes. Confidence is not destroyed in a moment, it leaks away with every uncontrolled thought until nothing remains. 4. Wasted time. The drifter spends hours circling the same worries, replaying the same failures, imagining the same fears. Days vanish, months dissolve, years disappear. Time is the only currency you cannot earn back. Drifting is not neutral, it is theft of your life. 5. A stolen destiny. The greatest cost is unseen. A drifting mind never plants strong thoughts, so it never harvests strong results. Entire businesses, inventions, relationships, and legacies are buried, not because they were impossible, but because someone never mastered their thoughts long enough to build them. The drifter dies with potential still locked inside. He'll warn that drifting is the devil's favorite tool. It needs no effort, only neglect. The cost is not only what you lose today, but what you never become tomorrow. So decide. Either you control your thoughts and shape destiny, or you drift and let destiny be stolen. There is no middle ground. Every moment your mind drifts, your future slips further away. But every moment you command it, your future draws closer. The choice is constant. The cost is real. You cannot plant roses in a field of weeds and expect beauty to grow. In the same way, you cannot flood your mind with negative inputs and expect to shape a powerful destiny. Napoleon Hill warned that environment is stronger than will. If you want to control your thoughts, you must first control what enters them. 1. People. Every voice you allow close becomes an architect of your inner world. Negative people drip poison into your thinking, sarcasm, doubt, jealousy, excuses. Soon their words echo as your own. Ask yourself, who do I spend time with, and what are they building inside me? If it is not faith, discipline, and vision, it is demolition. To cut negative inputs, you must distance yourself from those who drain you, and draw closer to those who lift you. 2. Media. Your phone, your screen, your feed, these are pipelines feeding your mind. Are they pumping fear, gossip, outrage? Or are they pumping ideas, clarity, and courage? The mind cannot filter perfectly. What enters will grow. If you scroll endlessly through chaos, your destiny will reflect chaos. Take control by setting boundaries, unfollow, unsubscribe, filter. Replace noise with knowledge, distraction with direction. 3. Environment. Look around your room, your desk, your home. Is it a space that calms your mind or clutters it? Disorder in your environment becomes disorder in your thoughts. If you want clarity, build clarity. Create spaces where focus is natural, not forced. Every item you allow to stay is either fueling discipline or feeding drift. 4. Self-talk. The loudest input is not from others but from yourself. If you rehearse failure, complain silently, or mock your own efforts, you are poisoning your mind at its source. Cut negative self-talk by catching it in the moment and replacing it. Say, this is not who I am. I choose different thoughts. With repetition, new thought patterns overwrite the old. 5. Ritual of replacement. It is not enough to cut out the negative, you must plant the positive. Replace toxic friends with mentors, replace chaotic feeds with books of wisdom, replace clutter with order, replace doubt with affirmations. The vacuum must be filled, or the weeds return. Hill wrote, the mind will shape itself to whatever it is fed. If you want destiny to rise, starve the negative inputs and feed the positive ones. Guard the gates of your mind as fiercely as a king guards his castle. What you allow in will one day rule your life. A thought alone is fragile. It flashes, then fades. But when a thought is bound with faith, it becomes unbreakable. Napoleon Hill wrote that faith is the only known antidote for failure. It is the power that transforms idle wishing into burning conviction, and burning conviction into destiny. 1. Thought without faith. You have had ideas before, good ones, strong ones, but they died. Why? Because you did not believe in them long enough to act. A thought without faith is like a seed without soil, it dries up, no matter how pure it was. 2. Faith ignites persistence. Faith keeps the mind fixed when results are invisible. When no one claps, when no money comes, when the world doubts, you continue. Not because evidence proves it, but because faith does. With faith, thought becomes a command. Without faith, thought remains a whisper. 3. How to bind them. Choose your thought, a clear, definite purpose. Fuel it with faith, repeat it, affirm it, visualize it until your subconscious accepts it as truth. Act in harmony, every step reinforces belief, and every belief strengthens thought. This cycle turns a fragile idea into a destiny-shaping force. 4. History's proof. Edison had the thought of the electric light, but it was faith that drove him through thousands of failures. Lincoln had the thought of a united nation, but it was faith that carried him through defeats, doubt, and war. Thought gave direction, faith gave endurance. Together they bent history. 5. Your formula. The formula is simple. Focused thought plus unshakable faith equals shaped destiny. If you lack either, the equation fails. If you unite them, the equation cannot be broken. So ask yourself, what thought must you bind with faith today? Do not just think it. Believe it. Repeat it. Live it. When your thoughts and faith move as one, the world has no choice but to yield. You have walked through the law of thought. You have seen how drifting destroys and how discipline creates. You have learned the mechanism, the steps, the plan, the power of faith. Now it is time to seal it, not just as knowledge, but as identity. Stand tall, breathe deep, and speak these words aloud. Speak them as if your future depends on it, because it does. Oath of controlled thought. I command my thoughts, and my thoughts command my destiny. I refuse to drift, to doubt, or to surrender to fear. I choose what I think, I direct where I focus, I repeat until my mind obeys. Every thought I plant is a seed, and I will guard my garden with discipline and faith. I am the master of my mind, and through my mind, the master of my future. Repeat this oath every morning before you begin your day, and every night before you rest. Let it become more than words, let it become your truth. Now, I challenge you, go to the comments and write these 5 words, I shape my destiny. Declare it publicly. Make your first act of controlled thought a visible one. If this message struck you, if you know your mind has drifted too long but you are ready to reclaim it, press like right now. That single act is proof you can choose action over delay. And if you want more of Napoleon Hill's wisdom guiding your life, subscribe. This channel is not for the drifter. It is for the one who dares to master thought, discipline, and destiny. Subscribing is your signal, I will not drift again. So declare it. Comment it. Subscribe. From this day forward, every thought you choose is a brick in the foundation of your future. And with each brick laid, destiny itself will rise, shaped by your command.